Hello and welcome back to Wilderspace Gaming. Today we are continuing the story of the Boar Reborn. In the last couple of episodes, there's been lots of little bits and bats and a few plot drops and plot hooks thrown out there. So let's see which ones the players wish to go with. So we're going to start with introducing the players once again. We'll start with Mr. Ian.
Hi, I am Ian. I play Akihiro, the only real swordsman in the party. Others play at the game, but hey, it's the sort of silent, quiet one in the corner.
Okay, Mr. Kyle.
I'm Carl. I play Ryutao, the archer.
Nice and simple. Mr. Ken.
I play Takahashi, one of the Shugenja in the party.
Mr. Andy.
Hello, I'm Andy. I play Takahiro, a perfectly competent swordsman who can actually speak to people as well.
And finally, Miss B, who is in the middle of cracking up.
I'm B. I play Xiaofan, the other Shugenja. Shugenja don't need to be
Yeah.
rivals because we know we're the best.
When last we left the party, they were just leaving the Shiranomahashi, the castle of the boar, and making their way to the boar's lair, where the hidden boar are. The journey has been uneventful, but they have not decided to press themselves too hard, as it's still within the boar lands. There's absolutely nothing going on. There's no pressing urgency. After an uneventful night...
Why does that sound like that's a mistake we've made?
Right?
Listen, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean you're right.
Maybe they really are out to get us.
All we do as GMs is put obstacles in your path, and you decide to go over them, through them, around them, underneath them, blow them up, send them to the moon, and do something else to really...
We generally ignore them and go and find something else to do.
Yes. Yes. Speaking of which, in the morning of the second day of travel, Xiaofan, you can make me a history roll.
Okay. History. Is this something that I need to be trained in? Check.
No, you don't have to be trained in it.
Okay, so...
But you were asking specific questions last week, so...
What does history come under? Law?
Yeah, it's a high school, I believe.
Yeah, so law. I have law theology or just plain law.
There's
by
no
itself.
plain... You don't have plain history.
No. So it would just be law, I'm assuming.
Yeah, just do a straight intelligence check then.
Straight intelligence.
I
Yeah.
have law history if it's relevant.
Oh no, you weren't asking the question.
Fair enough.
Oh, was I asking a question?
You were asking a question.
Oh my god.
It's
Oh,
been
I
2
forgot.
weeks ago because we didn't play last week, did we?
No.
There you go.
30. You remember this. At Shattered Peak Castle.
Oh, there you go.
You remember it now, yeah?
Yeah.
Shattered Peak Castle was a northernmost outpost of the Crab Clan. It has been abandoned for a number of years now, as it had fell to Shadowland's attack.
Okay, Shadowlands attacks.
Yeah. Okay. It would. Let's have a look. The Shadowlands assault shattered the mountain surrounding it. During the last century, it suffered severe damage from an assault of the legions of the Dark Moto, enduring a 40-day siege before relief forces to drive away the enemy. It was once known as Northern Watch Castle, but it finally fell to the Shadowlands when they shattered the mountain surrounding it.
Okay. All right. So I'll probably relay that because we've been chatting about the Shattered Peaks Castle, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'm assuming since
We did discuss it
Xiaofan.
last time, I think.
Yeah. When
Weren't we talking
got-
about it as a possible destination spot?
We were suddenly
Uh,
realised that the direction the tracks that those blood speakers had come, was it blood speakers
Yeah.
had come from,
blood speakers.
might actually be that the direction. It was certainly in that
Okay.
direction. We're
Right.
massively putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Coming up with 307.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but we thought we would go and check out
Sounds
that.
good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got plenty
So-
of foot splints and bandages.
We've got a first aid kit and a first aid kit.
Mm.
We're fine. We can go.
Crutches.
But yeah, I I explained that's what I remember after meditating on it for a little bit. As when we finally face going around there, obviously we're heading towards the Boar's Lair at the moment, aren't we, to deal with something
Yes.
Yeah, we're
else?
going complete the wrong direction at the moment, but
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
become
But
that's
as
probably
fine.
our next objective is to go and check that
Maybe.
place out.
but yeah,
Depending on
Yeah.
what
Maybe
trouble we
look-
get to
Depending
in
on
our
what
own
happens.
in
Yeah.
our own
There.
lands after being told
Yeah.
we're taking our time and having a leisurely stroll.
No, you're absolutely fine.
yeah, we're doing stuff. We're doing stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's no
Mosey
problem.
Okay.
on, doing stuff.
Do you remember the other thing you were doing when you're going to the lair?
Yeah,
Yes.
with the whatever his name is.
Yoritomo Ichigo. But also there was another reason to go there.
Yep.
We were
There was two
investigating. They were investigating that room I'd heard, which is on my
It wasn't a rumor, it was divination.
not divination, and there
Yeah.
was a name of a there was a name
Ah,
and there was a
okay.
guy who seemed to be. He was actually almost in the vision. I divined that this one particular guy might have information that would help or something like that.
You got a name of Ugon, and then you got another name of Motofusa, which you recognise the name Motofusa as being one of the former Ronin who was recruited to the
That
Boar.
was it. Yeah.
He was a woodsman before he became an Ashigaru and then Ronin, and he. Oh, sorry, I might have an attacking cat in the minute. Sorry.
That
but
cat
he
really
w-
doesn't like you.
No, he
No, he's
loves me
the
too
opposite.
much. Yeah. He just keeps wanting to be in my chest. See what I mean? His
Hello.
eyes are on one. He's just completely open eyes. There you go. So basically, morning breaks. You have breakfast. Do you any further divination stuff that you want to do? And then you continue on around Keton and Kitai, Hope and Regrets, going through the woods of the Aiko no Mori, heading towards the Boar's Lair. You can hear, as you go further up, you know the routes now, the ones that are slightly hidden from casual observers. You know which ways to go. You've been here plenty of times now. You will hear singing coming from the forest, along with the rhythmic chop of axes on wood. Ryutaro, you'd recognize this as a habit of Motofusa and the crews that are chopping down woods to be used for the rebuilding of Shiro no Heichi, your castle.
Oh, leading in the direction I can hear them chopping away from.
Um, Cats on the zoomies. Sorry, he's just really distracting me. See, here he comes. There he is. You see, just go away, cat. So it's probably around about lunchtime-ish. As you come up, you'll see a group of 6 people, all just swinging axes, chopping down, some of the smaller trees, and actually, trimming it down. That sort of getting ready for transport. You do see Motofusa working amongst them. I'd say he's an older guy, probably in his mid 40s. When he sees you, he pauses, takes a drink from a bamboo container, and waves at you.
Are we on horseback or are we walking? I can't remember what we decided.
Ponies, aren't we?
Yeah, at this point you'd be leading the ponies through the woods.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Did you say it was about lunchtime?
yeah,
And we've stopped.
yep.
I'll start to look around for a place to make lunch and start unpacking stuff.
Yep. Absolutely.
I think by this stage, even though Guru is my manservant, I think Guru is with us, and Guru knows to just go and start making food for Takahashi.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep.
I will stride over to Motofusa. And say, greetings of the day.
Afternoon, Chief. You good?
I'm still shocked by the lack of formality in this clan, but anyway.
We're a minor clan.
Yeah, but
Don't forget, he was also Ronin as well until about a year ago.
Yeah, but
Even so,
but-
it just
Yeah.
I think everyone in his clan does it on purpose.
yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Just to him.
yeah, because they know his background maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this guy is also I've got noted as a former Crane mercenary, so so possibly his
But he
ball.
Yeah. He wasn't a samurai though. He was Ashigaru.
Yeah. But we are. Is it Hatamoto is our rank? So he
Yes.
should actually be showing some sort of deference. But anyway,
Yeah.
I shall bristle on the inside. Come join us for some lunch. We have need of your knowledge.
Sure, right you are. All right, boys. Down tools. And we'll get some to eat. Give yourselves an hour, yeah? And the rest of the people around actually stop. And visibly, they have been obviously working a long time. And Motofusa wanders over to with you back to your group where Goro and Takahashi are laying out a small spread.
Takahashi is laying out stuff and he's letting the servant do more, but he's picking bits as he goes. So a bit goes out, bit goes in, bit gets laid out, bit goes in.
I'm assuming you're
Bit for
just
you,
taste
bit for
testing
me,
everything.
Bit for you, bit for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making sure it's all good still.
Yep. Motofusa plops down on the floor, cross-legged, stretches his back, and he goes, So, what can we do for you folks?
Do you know the name Ugon?
Yes.
Tell us what you
Why
know.
do why do you know that name?
Because I have divined his importance to our clan.
That piece of shit?
Well, I know the name. I know not the man. Tell us of him.
So, Ugon's Ronin, but he's not the right type of Ronin. Whereas I was Ronin, but I was still honourable. I upheld my bargains, that sort of stuff. I was employed, etc., etc. I had a reputation to uphold. Ugon, on the other hand, he's not the worst kind of Ronin. He's got a charm to him. He's got a way with words, but he's ambitious. He gathers people to him, and he's making himself like gangs. Sometimes he gets too big for his britches and he gets the shit kicked out of him, but he always bounces back. He's charming, as I said. You have to be careful around him, otherwise you'll start listening to him. But you say you divined something about him?
Yes. That he was an enemy, but he would become redeemed when the hooded person is revealed.
Right.
Divination is not the clearest of law. Do you know where this man Ugon is based? And how did you were you part of his band at one point? Were you a rival of him? How do you come to know him?
I was employed as a bodyguard, and in between traveling with my employer, I heard people talking about, being recruited for something, and of course, I don't know when the next job's going to come along, so I always keep an ear out with what's happening. But yeah, so I met with a guy. He was very much a charmer, but he was ambitious, like I say. He was very ambitious. In fact, a little bit too ambitious for my liking. So, obviously, I said, I'm employed at the minute, but I'll keep an ear out. Oh. Last I heard, he was in Scorpion Lands. That's just on the other side of the mountains. Shit. You weren't here last week, were you?
What
You're off
happened?
doing something. You were off doing something for Ardamio. There was an attack on one of the villages. I don't know if anyone told you about it. It was here in the Icon no Mori. We drove off the people. Well, I wasn't there at the time. It was It was actually the Jomo's son who did it. And we heard that we killed them to a man, but if you're bandying about you're hearing about Ugon, then there's no, he wouldn't be that stupid, would he?
Who attacked us?
Well, that was it. It was just a it wasn't anything major. It wasn't any. It was basically Ronin is opportunistic. We heard, or I heard anyway.
So no defining one, all Ronin.
No, this
where,
is.
where was the village?
It's one of the smaller ones up on the flanks of the Boar. One of the farming communities.
So sorry, out of character. Is that map we've got that's got the one that's got the village of the broken whatever it is in the bottom
Broken
left
Dreams,
corner.
yeah.
Broken Dreams, the bottom left corner.
No, it's this is an insignificant village. It is
No,
not marked on any
but
map.
is it in? There's a sort of a marked line that seems to indicate the Boar's lands on that map. Is it inside that, or is it inside the mountains, or is it on the other side of the mountains?
So when he said the Boar's flanks, that he's on about the flanks of where the hidden Boar are. The Boar's lair is the sides of it are called the flanks.
Okay.
So it's one of the smaller things on the on this mountain.
Okay.
So it's inside the Boarlands.
So that means there was a group of attackers, bandits, whoever they were, inside Boar lands.
Yeah.
I think we should go and find out more about this, because if they have not been hunted down, any survivors, then I think Ryutaro, you would be wise to be following them, and we'll come with you if you can track them, and we should try and trail and destroy. I mean, but if you say that they all died.
That's what the Jomo's son said. I have no reason to doubt him.
I have no reason to doubt him at all, but are they?
He could have been mistaken.
But also, how did those people get into the Boar lands?
That's quite easy. They walked over the mountains. We don't have. How did you get here? How did we get here? We literally just walked in.
I thought I was mistaken. I thought you couldn't breach the mountains. I thought you had to come round them.
No. There's always little paths and all the rest of it. From what I hear, you guys went on the easiest, quickest route to Shiro no Heichi, not to the lair, because we're in the south. The Shiro's in the north. Plus, you can get through any mountains if you're, smart enough and lucky enough. I know you don't need there wasn't many of them. And so you guys also remember that this chimes with what Chokai was saying. It was a group of about 20 people. They got wiped, 15 to 20, they got wiped out. But it is what it's just getting more details of what Chokai told you about the other day.
So,
Don't we have to deal with the issue at the lair first?
yes.
I think potentially there is some crossover here, but we can chat about that on our way.
So, most of us, the last you heard of Ugon was it was in Scorpion Lands. How long ago is that?
It was before I came into the Boarlands.
So over a year ago.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been out of the Borderlands. We've been too busy rebuilding.
Yeah, yeah, no. It's. I'm not being critical. I'm just wanting to understand.
Was it in any particular area within the Scorpion Lands? What family?
I can't remember, to be honest with you. It's been so long, and the Scorpion Lands are so big. I don't know who has what part of it. I'm not that learned.
Does he have any particular marks or ways to recognize him?
It's very striking. Jet black hair. Nothing really stands out about him. He's just a good-looking guy with very good way of words.
Rough age?
30s.
What weapon does he fight with?
Oh, he uses an Odachi.
No duchy.
Yeah.
I think I could probably work with that.
It's the Nodachi. That's the two-handed sword version of a katana. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the much bigger version. Another name for it was something like the horse cutter or something like that.
Yeah, it's
A lot of people. It's a big sword.
It has to be used two-handed. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Well, I think we'll.
So what have you guys been doing then? What did Chokai have you doing for the last week or so? Well, a couple of weeks now.
We have been checking out some of the borders of the Borderlands to the southwest.
Anything interesting?
There's a bunch of Crablands peoples trying to make their way down there.
Alright.
There's a couple of marks on the map that we wanted to explore. But it's just travel is taking up most of our time.
Yeah. No, I get that.
We encountered some barbarians.
Oh.
It was quite exciting, actually.
Ooh.
What was the name of the barbarians?
Yobanjin.
Yobanjins, I'll say. We encountered some Yobanjin.
Never heard of them officially.
They've got strange pierced swords. I'll tell him all about the pierced swords.
How would you sheath?
I don't know.
How?
I don't think they
Well-
sheathed them. It's very strange.
How do you make them quiet as well?
I think the idea is they're not.
I think it's an intimidation tactic.
I think they rattled them, yes, to intimidate people. I think you're right.
Okay.
Not that they worked on them, they ended up retreating.
Nice.
We're not Hatamoto for no reason.
Exactly. And with that, Hashimoto, Xiaofan, and everyone else. Let's eat. So you probably spend the next like half hour having.
As he says, let's let's see. Takahashi goes. It's already got it onto the second.
That implies there's some kind of self-awareness and guilt in Takahashi, and I refuse to believe that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
He'll just start talking. Carry on.
No, he spent a rather pleasant afternoon catching up with Motofusa, some of the peasants who've been working the land with Motofusa. You learned how well they're doing, what their plans are, etc. How they're managing the woods, and Ryutaro, you're quite impressed with his knowledge about how to clear it properly without damaging it too much. After about half an hour, he'll say, "Right, thank you very much for lunch," and he actually bows to you properly. Thank you for spending the time with us. I will not keep you from your duties any longer. And he gets up and just starts calling to the peasants. He's very much a... If you didn't know he was from the crane, you'd expect him to be from the crab.
Yeah.
So,
Salt of the earth.
yeah. Continue heading up up the path, and turn the corner on the mountain. You've seen a couple of guards on the way. You nod in recognition when they make themselves known, and you come up, and you coming up to the lair.
I'll probably talk to these guys as we're walking up, sort of on the journey. The Jomai Sun and Yoritomo Ichigo are quite close, and I don't know whether that has any bearing at all on this attack that has happened at all, or that the Jomai Sun had dealt with it. Might be nothing, but just to just something for everybody to be aware of. If it turns out that the Jomai Sun is somehow being manipulated by Yoritomo Ichigo to, well, we know that that Mantis is bad news. So
Just quickly, from memory, the Jomo's son was quite interested in rejoining the Empire, wasn't he?
Yes.
oh yes, that's a good thing to note. So possibly forcing the hand of his father by making people aware, by allowing people to get close, etc. Potentially, if that's the case. I don't know. We need to do some investigations. Also, I didn't mean to keep any information from Motofusa back there about our friends to the south of us, but I wasn't sure whether our daimyo would want certain knowledge being spread around. I don't think there is an issue with that, but at the time being, I'm not going to make a decision to just tell anybody about it just yet.
I was also slightly reticent about actually what am I what should we be saying in this
Yeah, that's I saw your expression, so I thought I'd
situation?
step in with a truth, just not all of it.
Yes, you're much more skilled in half truths.
Thank you. I bow.
Is there anyone in particular you want to go and see in the lair? Is there any particular order you want to see anyone?
Yeah, we go straight up to Yorito Ichigo and stab him through the heart.
Right. Can I just
No.
actually, before we arrive, can I just check? Because I'm trying to remember, is the plan that we're trying to bind him with that ritual and force his hand that he then doesn't do anything? Or are we trying to
I'm
convict
trying to
him and
basically get him to reveal that he doesn't want to do the Stone's Oath, with the implication that it works
Retrospectively.
Retrospectively, yeah.
Yeah. So so that anything that has been done or said before to communicate the secrets of the Boar's lair would then take effect. So his own fear at becoming turned to stone would make him refuse to complete the stone's oath or do it regardless. And therefore, but with enough witnesses that we could then force him into a confession.
So ideally, our fears are proved unfounded. He takes the stone's oath and is bound by it,
Mm.
and he continues as a member of the Boar. Or are we actually hoping that we provoke him to panic, refuse to take the oath, and therefore be exposed? At which point, summary justice is meted out.
Yeah. Uh, the danger hit. So we know that he's planning, or has done things to try and work against us, because I read the correspondence he had sent.
We know.
Do we know what his motivation is?
If he was to present the secrets of this boar to his daimyo or to his thing, like that would be a huge boon and would increase his status and his reputation. Like he would certainly benefit from it. He could probably even sell the information about everything that's happened here. It could be that the because remember, all of that treasure that was supposed to be taxes is in the boar's lair, though obviously a lot of it gone now. It's being filtered out. It would be a ripe fruit for the picking. And as there are not as many of us as there would be of, say, a fully formed group of trained mantis Bushi coming to, or samurai coming to take over the boar's lair, it would be devastating to us, and beneficial to them in no doubt in terms of wealth, knowledge, potentially even land if they challenge us for it.
So, just so you guys are aware, in this current timeline, the Mantis are also a minor clan.
Oh, there's the
However,
minor clan. Okay.
yeah. However, they are one of the oldest. There's arguments between them and the Fox clan of who was the oldest minor clan. They are still a minor clan, but they are large.
Mm.
There's a lot of people. So they have the islands of Steel and Silk off of the southeast coast of Rokugan. But they do have people everywhere. But they are a minor clan still in this timeline currently. Well, they
So,
do have enough people to be classed as a major clan just on people alone.
so where do we go first? Maybe go speak with the Jomai and his son about the attack.
Yeah, I mean, and that can be our major reason for coming
Being
here.
here.
Yeah, because genuinely, I would like to understand how many passes there are leading into our territory. Is there any potential to put a watch on them so that if something comes, I mean, I don't know how many
I think
there
we
are.
have enough people to
Yeah, I think
watch
there's a
our lands yet.
yeah. But then,
But that's what we need to look at, isn't it? So,
or are there some kami of the mountains who could give us I'd say us in a, not myself personally, but one of you guys, some sort of early warning if some people were approaching or using the pass.
it would be more Takahashi's field of
Well, I thought
knowledge.
actually possibly Ryutaro's sort of
Oh, and
friendship with
Ryutaro,
spirits.
yes,
Yeah,
of course.
friendship
Yeah,
with
the
spirits.
spirits.
I mean, they find me, I don't find them.
forced upon you rather than you requesting their presence.
I mean, sometimes I go looking. If they want to find me to find them, they will. If they don't, I don't.
If you weren't so old, I would say that perhaps you were a blossoming Shugenja.
Old, I'm younger than you.
Old. No, yeah, but when we find out that we're Shugenja, we're like 2 years old, 3 years old when the kami start
Okay.
bothering us. Yeah.
I know mine's family related.
Oh. A curse? Forgive me for prying.
Before we go into the this is OC to Tom. Before we go in to see the Jeremiah, I would like to cast mental quickness on something that Xiaofan is carrying, because she's our kind of spy master, if you like.
Yeah.
And I think that giving her the advantage to intelligence is going to help her spot things.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Put it on my fan.
So how long does it last for?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so you're doing it literally just before you
Yeah,
go
just
in.
before we go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll lean in and whisper something wise.
Yeah.
Don't eat
It's,
yellow snow.
Yeah.
don't check the yellow.
There
you go.
Yeah, so that's cast. So, as you work your way through the village just below the actual lair itself, you all see people that you recognise. You'll see some of the guests of the boar, as well as you'll see like just general people that you've worked with. Akihiro, you'll see your students practicing with the other students. At the just outside on the dojo, they're actually they're practicing just by trying to catch. It looks like they're playing a game, but you know they're throwing balls at each other. And then there's one person in the middle of the circle, and that person's got the Mai Chong, and every now and again they stab out to try and pierce one of the balls. So, you find the Jomai sitting in the main chambers with his son Hideo. And they are just going through some reports at this moment in time, discussing a few things. As you are, as the door opens and you are shown in, they both look up at you, and the Jomai, settles himself back, and just nods.
Give them an appropriately bowed greeting.
From memory, this guy is sort of quite old-fashioned and very formal.
Yeah. So there
Okay.
you go. Just show the pitch of him to you.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yep.
I forgot that. Right.
Yeah.
I shall be very polite and do all the courtier bit.
And here's his son.
Gotta impress your future
Well, dodgy
father-in-law,
fucker.
obviously. So,
Yeah.
look at his tiny head.
It's clearly dodgy. We should kill
Yeah,
him.
clearly dodgy. Immediately. No.
I think Sekihiro should start an EXO duel
Yeah.
immediately.
No, not with this guy.
Not with this guy.
Sorry, can I
Wow.
do a courtier check to sort of try and set up the correct polite situation?
Of course you can, yeah.
So that is right. Now, before I roll,
Yes.
is there any function of taking raises?
In this regard, it would be to potentially make them more open to suggestions, that sort of thing, making sure that they take less offence at any misspoken words, that sort of thing. Unless you're trying to read how they react, but that's more of a no. That's not a courtier role.
No. Courtiers are
No.
just being polite.
Yeah.
So what's the base target number?
Let's say it's fairly simple. You know these people, so we're going to go with 15.
15. And I'm rolling 6, keep 3. So I'll put 1 raise in.
Okay. What do you want the race to do?
To basically try and build their friendship towards us specifically.
Okay. So, target number 20.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. So after a couple of minutes of setting, of polite greetings, etc., you feel that the time is right to start talking about more sensitive matters.
I think actually, first of all, before we get into necessarily sensitive matters, I think we'd like to get their version, or rather, what's his name, the son,
Hideo.
Hideo's
Hideo.
version of what's happened with this attack.
Sure. So Hideo actually, a group of bandits made their way through the Ikonomori. They came across a group of peasants who were doing a bit of hunting, and they learnt of the small village, the charcoal burners village, and so the bandits went to attack the charcoal burners. Just as a general thing, there didn't seem to be any rhyme or reason apart from opportunity. One of the charcoal makers, though, actually managed to get a signal off, prearranged signal through bird calls and whistles, etc. We came upon them after, and they found that they were just going through the charcoal burners village. Some of them were drinking sake. When we came upon them, they didn't put much of a resistance, and yeah, it wasn't such a great fight. To be honest, it wasn't really worthy of any stories, but we ended up killing them, and we returned home.
And all of them were dealt with.
Yeah.
Did
Very
they
good.
say who they were following? Like who
No.
they were doing on behalf of?
We didn't exactly ask them questions.
Is there an insight skill, or is it
Yeah, I
empathy?
was saying that. Particularly.
Yeah.
Yes, let me just pull up
There
a
is.
character
There
sheet.
is.
I believe it might be empathy
Yeah,
actually, because
I've got the
remember
Yeah.
empathy skill, and I think
also
yeah.
I also have the empathy.
Can I
Yeah.
roll empathy, please?
Let's have I.
Let's do it.
You've
Let's
got
Let
a
me
skill
roll
that's nothing to do with killing people.
Yeah.
Considering we all came into this thinking there's something fishy about this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, I forgot to declare any raises. Idiot. Okay, well,
Dumbass.
you didn't either.
Fuck, I didn't
Yeah.
either.
I
What
wasn't
a
going to.
dumbass.
I'm not that
So-
good at it. I was going to raise anything. It's
So
got
I'm
a
looking
line.
at the wrong bits.
Um,
Because there's also sincerity to see if they're lying as well,
Oh,
which is different to
There's-
Oh.
empathy.
Oh,
no, sincerity is
So it's about
to
being honest, isn't it?
lie, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, yes, that's right. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
Sorry, apologies.
Yeah. Because I'm
Tried
trained
to-
in sincerity also, but that's not how to spot a lie, that's how to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
trained is if it's one of your school ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
Okay.
no,
Actually,
if
it's
you've
gonna
got
roll.
If you've got
you
one in
can
the
roll
skill,
trained if you've got a point in it, you can
So-
still
yeah, so
roll it as
it's
trained.
school skills are ticked because they are some of the techniques you can do, depending on your school, gives you bonuses to school skills.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can be trained in something and it not be a school skill.
Okay. Trained, but I don't think
Uh,
it changes much anyway. Trained just rerolls. No, emphasis rerolls one. What was trained do?
Trained
Good
just
one.
allows you
Dice
to open up. Yeah. Untrained means that you don't. They can't explode.
Okay.
Actually, what has everyone got? Empathy at rank 3, 5, or 7.
I've got it at
Mm.
3. Oh no, sorry, I've got it at 2. Apologies.
No.
Nope.
I
Okay.
haven't even got empathy listed on my list.
No, it's
Yeah.
something you have to add
this
in.
one we added. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a high skill.
Yeah.
I don't have empathy then, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't roll because Takashi's quite trusting.
Okay. He's being honest. He's not trying to hide anything.
Okay.
So we're with those rolls. Yeah. 37. Yeah, Xiaofan definitely. He's being open and honest about everything.
Yeah.
Even
I
with
kind of-
Taro, yeah.
This just seems very strange for a group of bandits to come all that way for no reason and then just sit around
You be
being slaughtered.
so the Jomai actually pipes up at this point and goes, "We have dealt with bandits in the past. They thought that the lands were abandoned. They thought that you know it would be a safe place to hide if they were being chased by magistrates
I
in other parts of
see.
the empire. It's uncommon, but not unheard of. So they literally may not have even known that there's anything beyond the charcoal burners village until Hideo actually went and dealt with them.
Was it just you, Hideo, or did you have a retinue with
Not
you?
that good. Listen, I'm not that good.
Oh.
Yeah, there was like 15, 20 of them, 25. I don't know how many exactly. I can't remember. There was enough of them to make it an interesting fight. But no, we took a number of Bushi with us. We took some of the students from the dojo as well to give them a test. It was definitely they had the numbers, but we had the skill and equipment.
Sounds
We
like a
didn't
very
really
skilled team.
Were they organised at all?
They didn't seem to be. But the few of them, they seem to be taking an opportunity to relax.
And they thought they had found easy pickings.
Yeah.
What was it you said about the whistling? They were whistling.
No, that was the
The
chocolate
alar-
burners to alert us.
there's the system that we set up, with the whistling bull
Oh.
arrows, just to give warning. You don't need any
Right.
great skill to be able to use them. You just need to pull a bow back and let it go.
I thought you had said that they had been whistling
No, no.
code to each other, but that's fine.
Not that I'm aware.
Mm.
So part of the reason we have come was to obtain to talk to you about this incident, but also we have well, I have divined something in the both the stars and the sticks. There's a Ronin by the name of Ugon, who Mafusa has met once. So that's part of the reason we've come. We found Mafusa on our way here and spoken to him of him. And I had from reading in the sticks, that this man Ugon is an enemy, but he will become redeemed when the hooded person is revealed.
No. You actually believe. You don't speak to the karma. You don't speak to the spirits. You look at stars and sticks, and that tells you the truth. The Jeremiah says.
It requires interpretation.
Yeah, you have an imagination. That is what you have.
Well, I will
So
respect
you
that.
know this person then, Ugon.
No. It is your brain giving you random names. Maybe this Ugon is somebody you knew from childhood. Just came into your head as you were watching the stars, laying back, relaxing.
Right.
Before you fell asleep.
Right. This is sounding genuine, but can I just check that this is not some sort of elaborate defense because he recognizes the name?
Sure, give me an empathy roll then.
Right, I'm gonna roll this time with a raise.
Okay, what are you looking for the raise?
Just is he lying? Is he telling the truth?
Okay.
Right.
I would, if I was you, I would use that raise to find out whether or not he finds the idea of divination the thing that is causing him
Okay.
this outburst, or whether he's trying to hide the Ugon name.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Said that instead.
35. He believes what he can see, what he can touch.
Okay. Okay.
So it's nothing to do with the name. He doesn't recognize it at
Okay.
all.
I shall. He's higher status than us, isn't he? Because
Yes.
yeah. So I shall not rise to his insults. Well, his patronising attitude, really. And I shall simply say, you may dismiss it, but the sticks told me to ask to speak to Mafusa, and Mafusa knew the name I spoke of. So that is.
Hideo actually Motofusa recognized the name.
Yes.
Okay.
Motofusa was once a Ronin, and
yes,
and this Ugon name is a Ronin as well, who once tried to recruit Motofusa to his band.
He turns to his father. Goes, maybe there is something to this, then, Father. Maybe he does speak to the Kami, but he's not a Shugenja.
I do not speak to the Kami, but maybe the Kami speak to me through certain signs and portents. That
No. Well, maybe they
I-
do, maybe they don't. I don't know. But if that's what you believe, that's what Motofusa said, maybe it is true.
I am by nature a cautious man, so hence I felt the need to investigate this. We felt the need to
Of course.
investigate this.
Yeah.
Army do work in mysterious ways.
And us as a clan have not really had much in the way of contact with them as other clans.
Well,
Fine. Maybe there is something to it, maybe there isn't. But it is not a name that we know.
no, I did not expect you to. It was merely a chance.
There.
Would
Well,
the phrase "the hooded one" mean anything?
not really.
Out of character, yeah. GM question.
Uh-huh.
When we were originally playing this campaign years ago during lockdown, there was something about some great spirit kami buried under the mountain or something
Yeah.
like that. Was
That's
that?
the Shakoki Doku.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
is that an evil kami?
No, there's
No.
the remains of the first only, isn't there? Underneath which the Shikoki Dogu is keeping trapped.
So could that be
Which
a
is what
hooded
the
one?
blood speakers were doing.
Yeah.
Could that be the hooded
be.
one? Is my thought process.
Potential. We could do some digging on that.
Potential. It's not. I hadn't heard. Obviously, I hadn't heard of that name being linked, but it's potential. Yeah, sure. I thought the hooded one was a person, and to be honest, if it is, what did your thing say?
The divination.
Yeah. Did it say the hooded one revealed, or?
Yes, Ugon is an enemy, but he will become redeemed when the hooded person is revealed.
Yeah, hooded person. It's yeah.
And also in the divination, I sort of saw an image of a figure in a hooded robe, empty sleeves raised up, drips of blood.
And where
Yeah.
the blood hits the floor, a hand comes out
That
of
was
the
it. Oh, is that yes? Hand breaks. Yeah, drips of blood. Hand breaks. Sorry, that's where the
Yeah.
blood hits the ground. Sorry, I hadn't noticed
Yeah.
that.
And a hand rises forth, so
So
Yeah.
that drips
Field.
of blood are being used to raise
Raise the dead, maybe.
the dead. Yeah.
raise the dead, raise an only, raise something.
You would hope they would take more than a couple of drops of blood to awaken the first Oni, break
Yeah.
it free of its prison.
Yeah.
Well,
Depends.
who
hope
said it
that,
was
but-
the first Oni? It could be any Oni. But yeah,
Depends whose blood it is.
yeah, exactly. And what has been done beforehand.
I mean, if it was mine, clearly that would be blood of great power.
No,
No.
Mind you, so much of my
No.
blood has been spilt. I'm amazed there's lots of other
Yeah.
things being summoned as well.
just us
Rose?
not in a line, just going no.
I'm generally fairly leaky.
Because it's so diluted over the world, Andy. That's why.
Generally quite leaky. I am.
Leaky from the
Leaky.
heel.
No, big toe.
Oh, is it so?
Yes,
I
I'm
thought you
always
were
facing. I'm always facing my enemy when they stab me in the foot.
Oh, gotcha. I just thought you were the Rokugani Achilles heel story.
Achilles toe.
Yeah, it's
Achilles
definitely
toe.
toe.
Takehiro's toe. Takehiro's
Oh.
toe.
Anyway,
Oh no, it's like tic-tac-toe, Tekahiro's toe.
so
Oh, God.
we know that the Jomai and his son are telling the truth, and they don't think that there's anything unusual about this bandit attack.
No.
Essentially,
How often do bandits or groups of bandits come across the mountains? Is it a regular?
No regularity to it. Says Hideo. It's if we're unlucky, it might be 2 in a year. Otherwise, it could be years without any.
So, okay. So with our lack of numbers, there is no point attempting to patrol the potential routes either there. There's just not
The
the
German,
manpower or the need.
even with the numbers that we have gained by rejoining the Empire, then we still do not have the numbers to guard the entire length of the Twilight Mountain.
And it seems as if this method of noisy arrows seems to be quite effective if the bandits were all taken out, which seems to be the case. So
At this point, Hideo actually looks at his father and goes, I want to. I have the opportunity now. I'm going to ask them with your blessing. And the Jomai just. There's a look of anger that crosses his face briefly, and then he waves his hand in permission. And Hideo looks at specifically Xiaofan and Takahashi. He bows to you and goes, I've long wanted to rejoin and explore the Empire, but obviously we could not. But you have come up with a way that allows me to do so with my father's permission. I would like to take the Stone's Oath, and so I can explore the Empire and rejoin the Empire, rejoin it, and be part of it. And you can see on the Jomai's face with the previous empathy rolls, he's not happy with his son's desire, but he's allowing it, but only because of your work.
I'm sure that we could certainly perform the Stone's Oath this evening for you if you wish. In fact, there are a few left of the guests that still need to take their Stone's Oath. It would be something
it
of an
would
honor if
make sense to do it
Mm.
together with you.
Yeah.
It would be honourable for them.
Perhaps even and I extend my hand extend the invitation to the Jomai for you if you wish to be present during this to see your son go through this Stone's Oath to allay you any fears of his journey outward into the rest of Rokugani.
My fear has always been that we would be discovered. We have been, but by those who are now clan to us. I am not happy with the situation, but Hideo has always expressed an interest in exploring the Empire.
Who better to do so than your own son? Someone that you would entrust implicitly and would bring you honor in facing the rest of the world and bringing back his stories.
He has my permission to do this. And of course, I will witness his oath for his honor will hold it to him stronger than any magic of the kami. But it's only because of your work that we are even considering this.
You honor us with that.
Indeed. It is a huge honor that the Jomai's son is willing to take the oath, and you, whatever we call him, your highness or
No, he just Lord.
Lord,
Oh,
you
no.
Lord are allowing your son to take the oath is a great honor. I'll bow a few times. It's of course it's much safer for someone who has been here his whole life to take the oath.
Then we will gather later on whenever you say, and
Who else?
whoever else wishes out of the guests.
Well, I think all guests should take the oath. Is that not the?
We have been doing it in stages of those who have been willing at the time, batches of 4 to 5 at a time. I believe
It was less than that. There's only a few people that you've done it
there's
for.
12. Oh, is there
Yeah,
only a few people? Oh, okay. So
they've
yeah,
done it
just
so far.
yeah,
Didn't we do it to the ones that are most willing to leave first?
yeah. The magistrate
Yeah.
went first. She was the first one to take
And
it.
wasn't there a father and
Um,
son?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the unicorn. But the father he's promised to come back anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. And
But yeah,
there was the scorpion as well.
Scorpion. That was it.
Yep, it was the
So
three. It was the Mia, the scorpion, and the unicorn.
So we've still got quite a few left that are not willing to take the oath left potentially, but I know that there is at least Yoritomo Ichigo is itching to take his stone's oath. So perhaps he would be willing to join with Hideo.
Sorry, out of character. Is that the one that we have suspicions about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I basically wanted to invite the Jomai there so that he could witness as well. Like it's just a great opportunity, right?
Yeah.
I've also planted the seed of alluding to the safety of it because he's lived here the
Yeah.
whole time. But that was a feed into
Yeah.
a lead.
Yeah, so Bayushi Nanjiro has taken it and left. Shinju Byung-chul has taken it and left. The Mia has taken it and left. Muramoto Rokai has taken it but remained. Kitsu Yosaku has not taken it but has remained. Isaro Rohitsu and Shiba Hojutsu will be taking it at some point to leave. Matsugoji, I can't remember what the Matsugoji was like doing at the moment. And Daidoji Suka, I need to check those two. Hida Onoko has taken it, but she has remained.
So we only really have Yoritomo left, and was it 2 others that haven't taken it yet? So, but anyway, the important
Yeah.
one is Ichigo.
Yeah. Matsu, Hida Onoko has not taken it, but wants to remain. Let me just see if I can check. Ichiro Ryuku has taken it, but he's taken on. He's also married into the boar. Mia Kashiko was the first one to leave. You've so Isawa Hitsu and Shiba Hojosu are the ones who are willing to leave.
So they want to leave or
They
will?
want to leave. And but the journal they haven't left yet because the journal of Isawa Rohitsu needed to be edited, and he was perfectly happy for it to be edited to change it to a village on the returned Boar Clan where he was lucky enough to find old texts.
Yeah, rather than a bunch of people that's been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it in a group of 3, it would be the Isawa, the Shiba, and Yoritomo,
And Hideo, obviously.
and Hideo as well. Yeah.
So 4.
Is there a
Yeah.
limit to the number of people you can do at one time?
You would have to do it. Each time you do it is a use of the spell, but there would be
Yeah.
raises to include additional people.
Yeah. And because we had it so that to perform it was both me and Takahashi
It's air and
performing the
earth, isn't
spell.
it? Together.
Yeah. It's the focus of 2 essentially opposing elements.
Don't cross the
It just
streams.
the actually doing the Stone's Oath only takes a couple of minutes each. So it's like we just do it separately, like in an order.
Yeah.
We do the Jomai's son's so Hideo's ones first to honor him.
Yeah.
We can say in there because it won't affect him at all that our wording of not the actual oath itself, but what we're going to say beforehand to explain to him what the oath is. We put in there so that the others can hear that anything retroactively affects him. It gives then Ichigo a lot of time to consider
And
that.
we
before
make him go
them up.
last.
I don't know whether we want to give him that much time because I don't want to give him time to think. But I
Oh,
think
okay.
we want him to go second, but enough
Second,
time
alright.
to shit himself enough
Okay.
to not be able to get out of
Okay.
it. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you're the spy master.
Yeah, I know. Um. So yeah. Is it just we have to get ready for the thing tonight, or are we doing anything else?
Up to you guys.
Must be dinner time by now.
We've just had lunch.
It was hours ago.
That was
We've walked all the way up the hill and spoken for at least
an
10
hour and a half
minutes.
ago.
Yeah. So it's 2 o'clocksies.
Do we think that I suppose your vision, I'm talking to Takahiro, your vision was of a person in a cloak, so hooded in that sense,
Robe.
in a robe. They were hooded, yeah?
Yes, hooded robe.
Right, okay.
Is there anyone that we know of who is an artist? Could we ask them to draw your vision that we could then show to people to see whether they had any idea what this hooded person could be?
I don't think it wasn't a vision. I've seen it. I've understood it from looking at the divination sticks and also in the stars. So it
I think
is.
You described blood and a figure, and
Yes.
you must have seen something.
I understood something from divining. It was not a vision. Tom, correct me if I'm wrong. It's not a vision. It's
No, it's not a vision. It's it's you get certain. It's sort. It's not a vision as in people would recognize it as a vision. You're basically building a picture from the information you have.
and lots of
Okay, got you.
feelings as
Yeah,
well.
that makes more sense.
Feeling
Yeah.
Yep.
because I had a
Yeah.
feeling
Right.
when I got the name Ugon, I had a feeling of greed, a feeling of revenge.
When
feeling
you're
of
saying
fear.
building a picture from
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
that makes much more sense than an actual vision. I'll shut
Yeah.
up then.
Yeah, sharp.
But that's
Okay.
fine. You know, it's actually a nice sort of interaction bit anyway. So we're all good.
I'm happy. I'm just
So
joking about shutting up.
Yeah.
the only
Never will. You never
the
will.
only reason I say so is just that sometimes symbolism and imagery and portents can be worded or interpreted in such a way. Hooded sprung to mind that of a snake for me, but
snake.
that might have just been like a cobra, a hooded cobra. But it may just be my imagination. But I just wanted to draw some.
Hooded just, I suppose, implies secrecy and
Yeah, exactly. So it might not be
deception.
literally hooded. It could be
A
something
hooded
as
person.
I
could be something more
do you want
metaphysical.
to go? Okay.
No, go for it, Akihiro. It's the first thing I've heard you say all day.
Yeah.
You've been very quiet.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
okay?
Oh yeah.
I did want to.
Oh yeah. Yeah. In
I
fact,
did want to touch base with. Excuse me, Heichi Jinshi.
Yep.
she
That's no
died
problem.
in the village. They forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Strangely, I saw a
Yeah.
ghost then as I walked in.
It's a sister.
Not
She
again.
took up the mantle when her sister died. She's shit though.
Mm.
Only briefly, just say we heard about the attack on the village. Heichi Hideo suggested that some of the students went. Were you among them?
Yes. Her eyes go wide with excitement, remembering what the actual. It was the first time in an actual fight that I wasn't in the dojo or with other students. It was exhilarating. I did use the Mai Chong as the primary, though I did not draw the Katana and Wakasashi. I did not draw my Daisho.
As is right. I said any teachers you get from me, they're secondary. You were taken as a student from your from the dojo, so you should be using the Mai Chong. Never let that thought escape you. What you learn later may be an advantage to you, but you are, if nothing else, of the ball. Was Yumatomo Ichiko with you, with the group?
Yes. He well, him and Hideo are fast friends. He has been out on patrol with us, and he did come with us. Yes.
Was he with the group all the time? He didn't disappear, or
I will be honest. It was the first time in the battle, and I focused on the person in front of me. I didn't always know where all of my comrades were.
as much as I understand that first flush of combat, you cannot afford to lose yourself
I'm
in
sorry.
combat. Well, as I said, you are now blooded in that sense, so learn from that. But ever you have to be in control. Don't take that as a criticism, though. You weren't to know.
Yes, Master. It was. I was not aware of how I would lose myself at that point. I could not keep track of everybody during the fights. I could not tell you if Yoritomo-san split off at any point.
And he seemed to be joining in the fight as much as any of the others, as much as you could tell in your
Yes, he has been
distracted state.
in the last few years of him being a guest. He has joined Hideo-san in the patrols, and he has always acquitted himself well. I mean,
Okay.
he was found chasing bandits when he was first found in the Aiko no Mori. He was there chasing bandits, so he has skill and experience, and I've seen him fight. He using the hammer with the chains that he has on them is something else to behold. It takes great skill. I can see that myself, but it is too flashy for me.
Lacks the simplicity and honesty of the katana, or the Mai-Chong for that matter.
Is the Mai Chong that
I
boar
li-
spear?
Yes, it is. Kind of like a trident.
That's it. Yeah.
Honest is actually the best description, Sensei. It is when he has the chain whirling around him. I'm not sure which direction it is coming from because he can change the direction of it very quickly. So there is a deception to the weapon. But that does not say
Yes.
that he is not skilled at what he does.
Clearly. Well, I'll let you get back to your studies and your duties. Thank you for your time, and I walk away.
Thank you, Sensei. Yeah, thank you, Sensei.
And I'll go back to find where everyone else is
Yeah.
gathering.
It's 10 to 11. I think we'll leave it with everybody gathered in the garden with the stone in front of them. You have the two phoenix, the mantis, and Hideo there.
I think the plan is then to do Hideo first, and then we'll get Ichigo to approach.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's basically it, isn't it? That we want to do, unless there's
Yeah.
any other preparations we want to.
As
With
you say,
an audience.
Has he been told what's going on?
Well, I would put an invitation out to the other three.
Yeah.
Of what is happening tonight, as we're here.
And
with
that the my sons are asked to take it. There's the opportunity there after he's done his. Would you like to do yours?
Yeah.
To invite as a kind of this would be an honor to do alongside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You could word it such that it makes it dishonourable almost if they don't. If they don't do it when.
Do you know what? Give me an etiquette roll. And that would be Xiaofan doing it.
Yes.
Or writing the letter.
Yes.
Can I assist in that?
Sure. If you give me an etiquette roll, target number 20. If you make it, she'll get a free raise.
Oh, no.
If for every raise you put in and hit, she'll also gain an additional raise.
So base is 20.
Base is 20.
If I go for an extra raise, 25.
Okay.
I'll do that.
This is my etiquette roll, yeah?
Balls.
Oh.
Yeah.
If I spend a void point, what's the effect of that?
Too late.
You
No,
know,
actually, no. You can re.
You
I
can spend a
believe you.
void afterwards.
Yeah,
can't,
you
can't
spend
you?
void afterwards to. I think it's to re-roll something. Give me a second. Let me
It's
just
a-
check.
It's on the. We've got it on the
Cheat
it's on
Yeah,
the
it's on the
cheat
cheat
cheat sheet,
sheet.
haven't we?
Yeah, it's on the cheat sheet.
Your
Yeah.
cheat
Cheat
sheet.
sheet.
You
on the cheat
reroll.
sheet.
Cheat
I
sheet.
just can't remember how many you reroll.
Yeah.
Akihiro's going to help by leaving the room.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
So I spend a void point. Spend a void point, and then
As
It doesn't
skilled
happen.
armor damage. No. So, activation. As skilled armor damage. Dice pool initiative. Switch initiative. Let me just double check.
No, it's not on the cheat sheet. Doing the
Yeah.
reroll.
this is all the
Let me
combat. This is all the combat effects of it. But you,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let-
there's the void. The gain +1, keep 1 before you roll the skill.
balls! I thought you could actually. I'd have put
Yeah,
it, I'd have
we
put
all
it
did,
in.
mate.
I thought you
We
could.
all did.
You spend a void point to reroll.
Well, let me just check something.
Yeah.
Page 80. Oh yeah, actually, you can do an honor roll now if you want.
What's
I
an,
believe.
what can I do with an honor roll?
So
I
an
wouldn't
honor roll
risk
is
it, mate.
you roll and keep your honor because you basically get to
Yeah,
use that score instead. But if
if you fail, your honor goes down.
Use honor.
yeah,
Yeah, but
You
my
lose honor.
honor is enormous.
That's what she said.
Oh my god.
You.
And this is how
Wow.
you fail.
This is literally, it's going to be all ones.
So sorry. So I roll and keep my honor,
yes,
and I'm back on the target number of 25.
yeah,
Okay.
I believe so. Let me just double check that.
Can you actually?
No, he can't wait to roll his honor. Look,
Yeah,
Yeah, he wants to. Let him do it.
Do you know
let him
what?
roll it anyway.
Do you know what my honor is?
so that's
A
6
million.
or
7 or
something.
something.
6. So do I just? There's not a button for it, so I just off the dice roller.
Yeah,
So I just roll 6d10.
Oh.
Wow. And
They
there's
don't
two
explode.
of those explode. Well, I can't get more than the 2 raises I was going to get.
yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
My honor's 6 as well. Oh no, it's 2. I've got 6 dots after it.
I was thinking, am
Look
I
at his
the only
face.
one
Look,
with
look at his face. What? What?
What?
I was thinking you kept that quiet.
Yeah, can you imagine? He's just eating and just like, oh yeah, my honours.
So B, I've given you 2 raises with that.
I
Good
get 2
girls.
raises with that.
Well,
Is that
sorry,
right?
is
Okay.
that Tom? Is that 2 unkept dice?
Automatic
Yes.
raises, yeah.
2 unkept dice.
So I
No, so no, basically she doesn't. She gets the effect of 2 raises.
Raises without having to put any raises in
okay.
herself.
Yeah.
Cool,
And then
cool,
any raises she puts in herself are extra.
Yes.
All right, okay. In that case, I'm going to put a void point into this to.
Now we know how to use them
No, we
properly.
know.
Yeah,
Until
now
next
we-
week, until next time we play, when we'd have
Until-
completely forgotten again.
Yeah.
And this is etiquette, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is my roll. The good thing I fucking rolled the thingy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. You with the 2 races, etc. You got from Takahiro, so you've worded it enough that they see it as an honor that they've been chosen to be next.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like you've won the Willy Wonka fucking golden ticket.
Yeah.
Come along this evening at 8 o'clock. The Jomo will be there. Wear your best.
Yeah. basically.
And his son's doing it, so you're going to look a real coward if you don't do it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. That's
But in
that's,
nicer
that's the
wording.
separate, yeah.
And the Joe and I've forgotten
Joe will be present.
but also his
Deo.
daughter will be present.
It
Oh
wouldn't
yeah.
be
Rico.
What's her name?
Oh yeah.
Eriko.
Erica. That's it.
Eriko.
it wouldn't be said
Heichi.
at all, would it? It would be in traditional Moroccan custom. It would be implied that
Yeah.
you'd be a fucking
What?
coward and a.
Well, yeah, clearly. But the Jomo's daughter, he's got designs on marrying her himself, the Mantis.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he would. Yeah.
If we pile on too much honour here, will he take it regardless if he thinks he's going to get turned to stone? Because
Yeah. Wow. Exactly.
he's got too much. He'll have too much to lose, and we
too
won't
much
learn
to lose.
anything.
We can turn him to stone. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Well, this is going back to my question earlier on. Do we actually want him to take the oath and become a member of the Boar without the risk of further?
No, the actual plan was to. We know that
He's dodgy as fuck.
He's
fucking us
sent
over.
missives, so we know he's done that. So it was about making it enough risk for him to
expose himself.
turn it down in front of witnesses. But if you put pile too much pressure on, will he all take that as the honourable way out in his mind?
Yeah. I think maybe then, with that in mind, we tone it to an appropriate level.
Or go for the turning into stone option as well. Can you do
Yeah,
that?
I mean,
I'm sure we can manage something. I haven't looked at it, but there's various stones. So it wouldn't be permanent, but it would certainly be long enough for us to say, "Look, there it is," and then cart him away somewhere.
I have
he thaws
spells
out.
that can make him think that he's being turned to stone.
Yeah. Just so you are aware, you can only make an honor roll once per session.
Yeah, I did. I think I did know that.
Yeah.
That's fine. We're at the end of our session.
Yeah.
It's fine with me.
Do one next one as well.
Yeah. So we're okay. So we are set up for
Next session.
We're set up for in the garden with the Jomai, his son, his daughter,
And the lead pipe.
and the lead pipe.
The lead pipe
I was
in the
going to say,
kitchen.
it does
That's what I
sound
was
like a
thinking.
Cluedo reference.
Yeah, exactly. So
In the
many
garden with
thanks,
Joe Murray.
many thanks, folks. As
Yeah.
always,
Recorded.
see you later.
Bye.
Thanks all.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.